Hello guys, welcome to my channel, or welcome back. So today's reading, what is your relationship status with your demon partner? So, oops, I didn't mean to burp. So what I mean by like demon partner is like, any demon that you're working with. So like for example, like, Goetia deity, or it could be your guardian demon. It's whoever you're thinking about. So we have two groups to select from. We have group number 1, Hearth, and we have group number 2, Midnight Brew. Okay? Group number 1 and group number 2. So whichever group sounds or looks like it's yours, it's probably yours, and I'll see you there. Thank you so much for watching. Hello, group number 1. Welcome to your reading. So, what is the relationship status between you and your demon? So this could be any demon that you are thinking about in particular. The overall energy of you guys' relationship right now is Hearth. Broaden your horizons. So there is a lot of growing happening in your relationship. Like I'm thinking like turning point. Like there's a major change that's taking place between both of you guys. Like I feel like you guys' relationship has really transcended to the next level. And when it comes down to your partnership, like you have to be willing to obviously change, to be fluid. And so I feel like you guys are about to experience a change together that's really going to take like maybe perhaps your magic, especially since we have like Hearth. Your magic is going to be coming to like the next level in your relationship. There's going to be like a development in your magic. With the broom that's like on this card, I don't know if you guys can see it. The broom right there, like I think about like flying, you know what I mean? Because a lot of witches fly on brooms. Unfortunately, I haven't developed that ability yet, but like I'm imagining you guys flying. So perhaps like there's some type of like movement that's happening here. Maybe some of you guys are moving away, like flying away. Like gaining wings is also another thing that I thought about. Like you guys are flying away to a better situation. So if you guys have asked like this demon to help you get into a better situation, you guys are flying towards that very fast. But I feel like maybe with a better situation, generally speaking, for everyone who is drawn to this pile, like you guys are flying to like the next step in your path and your journey. I did say turning point, so yeah, this is definitely a time for change, especially when it comes down to like your home life, personal life. There's something changing in regards to that. And I feel like you're going to uncover some things that you overlooked in your craft with your demon. So that's very interesting. I also see that there's a cat. So maybe you guys are gaining a familiar, and that's going to really help transform your craft in some way, shape, or form. Sneaking is what I heard. Sneaking past someone. Yeah, so if you're most certainly looking to get away from a situation, you're definitely getting away unscathed. Yeah, I just feel like there's just some new horizons, waiting for you. I saw 333, so maybe that's a significant number between you and your demon, or it's significant to you. Born in March. For some. It could also be born on a Tuesday. That's literally me. I was born in March on a Tuesday. Anyways, so yeah, you guys are most certainly developing transforming. There's a turning point. You guys are flying to newer heights. Okay. So, let's get into the message. Okay. Or I guess like into the tarot cards. So, what's you guys' relationship status? We have the Magician. So I did mention that. The development with magic. So that checks out. The Fool. King of Swords. And Three of Cups. So yeah, there's like a really intense development with your magic, especially with the Magician confirming that. You guys are stepping into unknown territory with your magic. And like, I guess with the Fool energy, it's telling you guys to be open to where your intuition takes you. I feel like you guys are already like really knowledgeable with the King of Swords. Like you guys already have like a lot of like knowledge and wisdom in regards to your craft. But, you know, this demon is going to reveal some things that you may have overlooked or things that you haven't tried before. Things that maybe they could only reveal in a way. There's like a celebration and a get together with the Three of Cups. So like, I really do feel like your demon is proud of you. Like they're very proud of the development and progress that you've made. And I feel like this magic is like a doorway, especially since we do see a door on the overall energy card. Like maybe this magic is a doorway to a better life. There's new possibilities right now. And there's also just new possibilities, generally speaking, in you guys' relationship. You guys have so many things to see, is what I heard. That's maybe explaining the travel energy. Like some of you guys might travel outside the country and have some type of like spiritual awakening in a different country, but that's for some. It's a very specific message. Maybe like when you guys travel somewhere, like you're going to gain a spiritual awakening. It doesn't even have to be like far away. It can be like just a walk. Like you walking somewhere or like driving somewhere. You're going to have some type of like spiritual insight that's revealed to you while you're, you know, experiencing this voyage. Oh, and look, there's like a dog and the Fool. So yeah, there's most certainly a familiar that's coming into play very soon. Some of you guys have been hoping for one. It's interesting because a lot of, you know, the Goetia demons specialize in giving familiars. So the demon you work with might specialize in that. But that's obviously for some. Because not everybody's working with a Goetia demon. But a majority of my people who are watching are. I don't understand what happened to my voice. You know, continuing, there's just like a lot of like celebration and happiness. You guys most certainly have a healthy relationship. So let's continue. Cow. Respect and admiration. Okay, truth and justice. Melancholy or sadness. New beginnings and jubilation. Okay. So I feel like your demon has most certainly been helping you through a lot of challenges. Yes. I feel like maybe you guys are also coming out of a dark place or have like been recovering from something. with the melancholy or sadness card. There's truth and justice. Maybe what this demon is saying is that, and this is for a specific group of people that's watching this message. This person did you wrong, and you want to desperately fight back against them. And you feel as though there's never any punishments that this person faces. They never receive any type of, like, I guess, they never acknowledge the hurt that they have given to you. And it's obviously something that troubles you. And so, what your demon is saying is that there will be justice for the things that they did. So that's for some, for a specific situation with a person. But I feel like, generally speaking, for everyone who's watching this, you guys, can experience bouts of sadness. And your demon's, like, emphasizing that they are supportive of you no matter what stage of life you're in. Whether that be that you're extremely happy and everything's just going right, and whether that be like you're sad and you just feel like you're in a slump, they're always there. And they're helping you. And perhaps, like, there's also a highlight on healing from some of these uncomfortable traumas that persist in your life that suffocate you to this day. So you can, fly far, far and away and, reach your highest potential. And maybe something just didn't work out, but it's for a reason. Because you need to follow the path of your truth. And when you're following the path of your truth, you will feel so much more better. You'll feel so much more free. Maybe some of you guys have a tendency to, like, put yourself into a box and, follow these small goals or small dreams, the ones that are realistic or the ones that people expect you to follow, and you never follow your heart and what you actually want to do, what's calling to you. And I feel like if you do, you're going to have, spiritual support behind you. Spiritual support that will never fail you. And if you've been through, like, a troubling period, there's going to be a recovery, a very swift healing recovery. And I think they're also saying thank you for the offerings and things that you have served to them. So, yeah, there's a highlight of healing energy presenting itself in this reading. Recovery from some harder times, and there's just new beginnings, especially with the Fool. There's a lot of, like, great days coming your way, and with all that you've given to this demon, they appreciate you and they are going to give back. And, coming back to the whole entire thing about, like, following your heart and not restricting yourself to dreams that you don't believe in. There's going to be people that admire you for who you are. There's going to be people who support you no matter what when it comes down to the things that you want to do. Just because some people don't doesn't mean that everyone doesn't. You have a soul family out there that will support you no matter what. Whether that be for your dreams or even for who you are as a person, your spirituality, the way you present and dress yourself, like, there'll be people out there, supporting you. And you don't have to feel like that's something that's impossible, that's never going to happen. Because maybe that's the sadness that some of you guys are, facing. You guys feel like you'll never be accepted or supported by people here on this planet, but there's plenty of people, part of your soul tribe, coming forth. And maybe within this new era, this new beginning, you're going to meet some of those people, especially since we have the Three of Cups. That's like a group of people. So, I feel like it's going to be more than just you and your demon celebrating your growth. Okay, so what message do they have for you? They give you Call in the Doves. The Oceanic Mirror. Okay. Transformation, renewal, hope, boundless openness, infinite beauty. Okay. Yeah, so I've been highlighting there's been a transformation energy. There's a major change that is going on in you guys' spiritual journey. And even with you, since there's a lot of healing energy, you guys are recovering from traumas or certain people that have hurt you. And so, like, just understand that you're changing. This is like a confirmation that you are growing, that you're on the right path, and that you need to be hopeful for the future, and that anything is possible. There's so many possibilities awaiting you. Like, I'm like hearing like you just don't know how many doors are open for you, but you have to look. You have to open your eyes, and you have to stop, you have to stop surrendering. You have to stop giving up so quickly. Because some of you guys like give up as soon as something doesn't go your way, but like you have to stop surrendering so quick. There's like, see with the Oceanic Mirror card, it says boundless openness, infinite beauty. There's like infinite possibilities for your life right now. But make sure that you're following your intuition, following your heart, and following what calls to you. Okay? We get the magical key and Red Queen. Okay. The Red Queen tells you to assess where you're at in your path. Is this where you want to go? Like, where do you want to go? What do you want for yourself? Okay? And this is without anybody else's opinions. What do you want? Because you need to make a plan, a roadmap on how to get there. You can't just wish, you have to make the plan on how to get there. And I feel like you guys are being given so many resources and opportunities and blessings. Like if you guys have been asking for some type of resource from your demon, it's being given to you or has been given to you. And you need to use it. Okay, and I felt called to like, I guess like give an example. Like for me, now this wasn't with one of my demons, but I asked a tree to help me manifest a drawing tablet so I could start, making digital art and, using it for projects. And I did end up manifesting, the drawing tablet that was on my dream board. The issue is that I noticed I don't really use it that much as much as I should. I've started, using it more often. But for you guys, it's like, so you might have like a gift or a blessing that's like that, where it's like, it's given to you and you're not really using it a lot, and you need to use it because it's going to help you, fly. It's going to help you, transform. It's so, what I mean? Like, use the resources you have. You have resources that are around you that you may be overlooking, but like there are so many resources, and they're also in hidden places, like places you aren't really looking at. You know what I mean? So just look around your room and see like what can help you transform to the next level. You'll discover something that you forgot you even had that could possibly be a tool for this like era in your life. Okay, so that's the message that I'm getting. All right, that is the partnership status between you and your demon. If you guys enjoyed this reading, please feel free to, like, subscribe, comment. Please comment. I'm not trying to be a beggar, but it's like when you comment, it does help my videos get into the algorithm. So, and if you feel very generous, you can give me a tip or donate me a gift through my throne wish list, or even book a personal reading with me. That is currently happening right now. They're $55, and that is it. So thank you so much for watching. Take care, and goodbye. Hello, group number 2. Welcome to your reading. So, what is the partnership status between you and your demon? Okay, this could be any What the fuck is seriously going on? This can be any demon, all right? You know, this could be a Goetia demon. You know, this could be your guardian demon. It could be anybody, but you guys already know that. So whoever you're thinking about, this is from them, or this is their, you know, status with you. So the overall energy of you guys' relationship is Midnight Brew, okay? The alchemy of you. So I feel like right now you're uncovering deeper truths about yourself with this demon. This demon is pointing you to your shadow, especially with this owl here. You know, owls are like creatures of the night. They're usually, you know, more present and active during, you know, the nocturnal hours. I have seen some during the day, but they're usually like more present at night, you know? So it's like an uncovering of the shadow, you know, of your darkness. See the card, you know, underneath the title of the card, it says the alchemy of you. So like uncovering who you are and recognizing that. Maybe what they're saying is like, you need to be reminded of your purpose and why you're here. You need to be reminded of your power. Because some of you guys sometimes seem to forget the power that you possess. I also feel like right now, like this demon is encouraging you to start practicing more spells with them, like letting them collaborate with you when it comes down to spells, especially with this cauldron that's on this card. I feel like maybe the demon, okay, Stolas, because the owl right there. So that's for some, but not for all. But maybe like your demon is like represented by this owl sitting on this cauldron. You know, and you guys are cooking up spells together. So now would be a great time to collaborate with your demon and like do spells, you know, create spells, preferably at night is what they're encouraging. Night spells, okay? Middle of the night, not evening, but like later in the night, like say 3 a.m. So that is what this, you know, demon is encouraging. But yeah, overall, like you guys are in a position right now where you should be practicing together, where you should be doing spells together. And he's also trying to remind you, let me not say he, because I'm thinking about Stolas. They're trying to remind you that you guys have to uncover and remember your reasoning for being here on this earth. You need to remember your divine power, okay? So that's kind of like the overall energy that I'm getting from you guys' relationship. We're gonna hop further into the message, okay? Starting with the tarot, of course. Okay. Oh my god, I literally completely forgot that I pulled him. Okay. Interesting stuff. So, you know, this is like a further confirmation for anyone who is partners with him. Some of you guys maybe need to actually partner with him if you haven't considered it, but whatever. All right. Page of Cups, Ace of Swords, Nine of Pentacles, and Four of Wands. Okay. So you know what's so crazy? I felt called to mention that like this deck that I'm using, this tarot deck, it reminds me of like my spiritual journey. And I got this deck as a way to connect more deeply with demons. And so because I'm thinking about that, like I'm really thinking about you guys and maybe the reason why you became a Satanist, or, you know, have joined, or let me not say joined, but the reason why you guys have decided to convert to the left-hand path. And so maybe like your demon is trying to remind you like, hey, you need to remember the reason why you took the left-hand path. You need to remember that, because that is significant in your purpose. That's significant to who you are as a magician. And there's something inspiring about it that probably needs to be shared. I say this a lot in my readings, but everybody has their own story about why they chose to practice the craft that they do. And we really need to start breaking like these stigmas around the left-hand path, because people just don't understand the left-hand path. You know, obviously, if we're going back to what I was feeling about this deck that I'm using and me purchasing it to get closer to demons, why am I stuttering? You know, at one point I wasn't afraid of demons, but I just did not fuck with them like that. You know what I mean? Like, I loved drawing them and I loved writing about them, but I knew that they were like no good, that, you know, they were bad and I shouldn't associate with them and stuff like that. But when I started like studying more about the truth, you know, what the left-hand path is actually about, I felt relieved, because I felt like deep down inside, that's what I wanted. I wanted to take the path of the darkness, but I was scared of it. And I was taught to, like, you know, not fuck with these demons and, you know, not play around with them. Not saying that you should play around with them, but I'm saying, like, what I mean by play around is, like, work with them or, you know, study them. I felt scared of them on a deeper level, but on an even deeper level, I wanted that partnership. And, you know, for a lot of us, that's just how it began. You know, we always were the outcasts. We always were the weird ones. And this is where it led us. And it's very important to share your story and share your journey, so other people like us, you know, who love the demons deep down inside, can make it to the left-hand path, can make it to the journey that's calling and awaiting them. Does that make sense? So I felt called to say that, because that's a part of your purpose. You know, remember why you went towards this path in the first place, because it's very significant to your craft right now. And maybe it's like you need to stop fearing partnering with these demons with your spells. Like, you don't have to feel like you're a burden if you ask for their assistance in your spells and your craft. I don't know why my fucking voice did that. Oh, your spells. Let me get it together with. You know what I mean? You need to stop feeling like you're a burden, because that's like the point of the left-hand path, is to work alongside demons. I mean, well, not for everyone, because it technically is really a path that you can make your own rules in. But for a lot of us, you know, that's kind of the point, to like work with the darkness, work with the demons. And if you're on the left-hand path, like, you're obviously working with the shadow, you're working with the darkness, you're working with energies unseen, you know, misrepresented, you know, unheard. So with the Page of Cups, you guys have a lot of ideas, okay? Ace of Swords, that's like a project. Okay, so you guys perhaps are trying to put some type of spell work towards some type of project. Generally speaking, the Ace of Swords can just talk about like different projects, which can be your spells, like, you know what I mean? So I'm saying, like, what I'm seeing is that, like, if you connect with your demon and you guys are doing spells together, like, you're going to get results that are satisfying with the Nine of Pentacles, okay? You're going to get results that are extremely satisfying if you are partnering with this demon to do spells, okay? Yeah, there's like some type of like, you're going to feel, I guess, less worried about the results with the Four of Wands. All right, and maybe it's like, if you guys did do a spell together, then you're going to get a very very good, very intense confirmation that it worked in the coming of days. Okay, because if we're pairing the Nine of Pentacles and the Four of Wands together, that's like relaxation, that's like happiness, that's satisfaction. You know what I mean? So like, I feel like if you're really looking for some type of result, it's going to come in these following of days. And that's what's like really powerful about you guys' partnership. You guys are really good in regards to collaboration. So that's what they're encouraging. Okay, so we have pure, honor your temple, familiar, bond with your spirit animal, identity, make your own choices, and fly. Be free to know you're loved. Okay, so okay. Honoring your temple. So I do feel like we can connect that to the alchemy of you. Honoring your purpose. Remembering your purpose. Like you're a vessel of knowledge. Yes, so your demon is reminding you like, hey, you have a divine purpose that you can't forget about. Some of you guys might be getting lost in the sauce when it comes down to like work and, you know, the human life activities. And I get it, you know, we can't stop. The bills don't stop, all right? They don't stop. So, but you have to remember your purpose because you have one and you need to honor that purpose. You need to honor why you're here. And that could really benefit you guys' relationship. It could elevate it to the next level. Yes, I do feel like this demon appears as a familiar or some type of animal. And we're seeing like bird imagery here, okay? So, yeah, they could reveal themselves as an owl. And I do feel as though like, okay, and I felt this for the last pile as well. Yeah, I do feel like there's like intense like familiar presence, so you might be meeting a familiar very soon. So, okay. And I feel you guys could really you could benefit your relationship if you are only being yourself. You know what I mean? Like I said, this is a reminder to remember your path. Remember your divine purpose. Why you even decided to choose this path in the first place. Like I said, some of you guys get like really lost in your life or just, you know, you just lose your purpose. And you need to remember that like you have an important reason for your existence here. And you need to make sure that you're remembering that all the time, that you're serving that purpose and honoring it. Okay? And generally speaking, you know, this demon's helping you work through the shadows. So just, you know, they're reminding you like there is beauty in your identity and who you are as a person. And you can't be afraid to be that person 100%. Like some of you guys switch. Like you'll be your true self, and then when the situation feels too intense, when you feel cornered, you like switch on to a different person. You know what I mean? You're the protected version of yourself. Like, you know, does it make sense? Like you switch to a different person to keep yourself safe. And you know, your demon's like, you need to stop doing that because it's hurting you. And you need to understand that I love you just the way you are. And that's it's okay to be you. Being you is a part of your divine mission on this earth. Okay? So here's the message that they have for you personally. Okay. Etheric chords. You need to cut off people. You need to cut off somebody. Somebody's in the way. And you know who that is. You know that somebody is overstepping their boundaries. Somebody's doing way too much. And you know you gotta remove them. Also, generally speaking, you just need to remove toxins from your life, whether that be people or just things in your environment. And you know what that is, you know, with your intuition. So just do it. Stop hesitating. Stop waiting for like a sign, because this is the sign. All right, time to remove some people. If you feel like called to cut somebody off, yeah, let's do that, because it's clear that your intuition has been screaming at you to make that happen, and you guys are just not doing it because you're like, oh, well, I'm just gonna wait until, like, no, just do it now, okay? So cut off the people who just aren't vibing with your energy, or just cut off things that aren't working anymore, okay? If something isn't working, it isn't working, okay? Remove it. It's done. Okay, he gives you faith. Let me stop saying he, because I don't know who your demon is. They give you faith, discernment. Okay. Like I said, like, make sure that you're taking the path that you know is right for you. And make sure that you're being true to yourself. Some of you guys need to stop, like, shuffling towards things that you don't want to do. Okay? Like, you need to stop hanging out with people that you don't like, people that make you feel sick. Okay? If somebody feels really sick about something or someone, and you just need to remove that. Okay? Because it's clearly not meant to be if you're feeling sick. If you're feeling nervous about this person all the time or this situation. Alright, start, like, removing things that just aren't fitting with your energy, okay? Like, and it doesn't matter if people, like, think you're being dramatic or emotional for cutting people off, and it's your choice, your decision, and you know that it's better for you, so do it. And with the faith card, like, have faith in your manifestations, have faith in you guys' partnership. They will always be supporting you no matter what. Sometimes you guys forget that they're even there, but they're there, they're listening, they're watching, and they're helping. So I feel like that's the message. Pretty much. If you guys enjoyed this, please feel free to subscribe, hit the like button, comment, please comment. Because it helps me get into the algorithm, if you know what I'm saying, so I can reach some more weirdos like us, alright? And if you feel generous, you can leave a tip of any amount, or you can donate me a deck or a gift through my throne wish list, or you can book a personal reading with me. And I love doing personal readings with you guys. It's only $55 and I go in depth. I uncover everything. No stone will be unturned, okay? So if you're interested, then you can book below. I'll see you very soon. Take care and goodbye.